The conditions of itikaf, this is a very there's a complex term that they have in the rules of the fiqh. So what happens is itikaf is a seclusion that people they do, normally speaking, on the last 10 days of Ramadan, to stay away from the things of the life, the worldly life, which keeps them busy, but to seclude themselves and concentrate in the worship and remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing the things from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not leave the masjid except for necessities, and not do things that are outside of getting the rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in other words, to seclude oneself in worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now what happens is the itikaf is considered to be a sunnah. That means it's a tradition, sunnah muakkada, emphasized sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So a person, if they do something that's not exactly correct, then there's nothing wrong with that. And a person, they're not doing a sin, they're not making a mistake, because it's not an obligation on a person to do everything that is required for it. So if they do something, they slip on something, then it's not something that a person is doing wrong, but rather a person, they should try to get the maximum reward and spend most of the time on it. The only time where it becomes an obligation is if a person, they vowed to do the itikaf. They made a vow to do it, where they say, I vow to do the itikaf. Then what happens in the rules of Islam, if a person, they vow to do something good, it changes from sunnah or nafil, optional, to wajib in front, it changes from optional to obligatory. Then it becomes obligatory, and in that case, a person, they have to make sure that they do everything properly and correct. Otherwise, they're not doing something that is right and correct. Now what happens is also, if you look more in depth on it, the ulama say there's a shurut, there's conditions on the itikaf. When a person, they start their itikaf, if it is something that's obligatory, then it can make a condition that it's allowed for them to leave for this reason or that reason, and that itikaf also counts as an itikaf also. Like for example, let's say a person, they have a class on Saturday, and they say, I'm going to do the itikaf, or I vow to do the itikaf, but I make the condition on this itikaf that I'll leave for the class on Saturday, then that's also allowed to be the itikaf. This is a very complex thing that they mention in the rulings of the itikaf and the shurut and the conditions of the itikaf. And Allah knows best, and may peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.